My name is MaryAnn, and I'm the Chief Human Resource Officer with the Birchwood Automotive Group. I grew up in a small northwestern Ontario town, Thunder Bay, and I'm the middle child of 12. We grew up with a lot of challenges, having so many children, but I was very fortunate to grow up in a family full of love, chaos, but love. My eldest brother, who passed away, was like my father. And when I was 16, turning 17, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was very young to graduate out of high school, and he went and he got the college course outline. And he said, pick one, you're going to school. And he paid for my first year of education. And I happened to land on personnel management back in those days, human resources. And I chose that for a love of justice. Both my parents were very active in the community and in the church and with people who needed help. And it was certainly a passion of mine. So I wanted to make a difference in the world. So I chose the discipline of employment law, and off to college I went. At age 18, I found myself pregnant. And I have a baby girl. Well, she's not so baby anymore. She's going to be 38, and she saved my life. I love that girl more than life itself, but it changed the path of my life, and I had to grow up very quickly. I now have two beautiful granddaughters with my daughter, Madison and Jordan, and age 9 and 6, and carried on my love of people, and again, wanting to see that natural justice in the world. International Women's Day for me is a day to reflect on the shoulders of the people who came before us. And I am very cognizant of the work that came before me to help me be successful in my careers. I've had the opportunity to work in any industry that is very male-dominated, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. So to me, it's about taking time to reflect on, the Ruth Bader Ginsburgs of the world and all of those who have formed legislation and given us the right to vote and to be equal members of society. And it's a time to celebrate. There are so many young people that are paving the way for the future, and that gives me hope. I have the opportunity to be a professor part-time at both universities, the University of Manitoba and the University of Winnipeg, and one of my passions is to see young men and women paving the way for the future, and their ideas and their hope. Well, it gives me hope. As a woman throughout my career and being a young woman, I faced a few obstacles, as I'm sure many have had, but I've always looked at them as opportunities. So where I saw my male colleagues when I worked for a large crown corporation getting promoted, rather than saying, oh, poor me, I said to myself, what do I need to do to differentiate myself? So I have chosen the path of education. I have 7 degrees and certifications, and I've been going to school part-time and now teaching part-time my whole life. There are obstacles, and as young women, you will be faced with them, whether it's language or jokes that you don't understand, or the business happening on a sport that you may not do. Look for opportunities where you can leverage your talent, whether it's you have strong empathy. Build relationships. Look for opportunities to build relationships in the business. When I think about Women's International Day, I think about, like I said, the shoulders of the people who came before you. And it isn't just women for me, it's men and women. Women and men who were authentic and knew themselves, knew their values. Those are the people that have inspired me. I think back to when I graduated from college. I was so young, and I had had a brand new baby, and a young woman took a chance on me. She was an employment equity officer, and oh gosh, she had a hard job, and she just saw the potential in me. And so looking for that potential in others, I believe, is our calling, and really unleashing, giving them opportunity to be able to realize those potential. Steve Chipman is another one. I know he doesn't like me to talk about it, but when I met him, I was so inspired by his character and that he always chose to do the right thing even though it was hard. And I've always tried to live my life by that value.